Okay. 1 second. Okay, Alright, I think that's good. Well, hello everyone. I know I haven't posted in a long time. I have been very, very busy with a lot of things. And I just haven't spent much time on YouTube recently. I haven't abandoned it, I just haven't had much time to make videos. Plus I've been dealing with storage issues on my phone. Other things. Let me finish setting up here. Alright. So we are going to be playing primarily Christmas tunes, as the title suggests. So, here we go. Let me know if you have any song requests. Hopefully the audio quality's coming through okay. I'm watching on the computer and it seems to go in and out of what I would call, I guess, acceptable. Hello, Amir. Nice to have you here. This next roll is a vintage 1990 collector's Christmas roll that put out by QRS, and they make a new one every single year. So this is a pretty old one. I haven't been keeping up with all the ones they've been putting out though. how does this work, you ask? Well, the very basic explanation is that there's 88 holes here, one for each key on the keyboard. And then holes in this paper are detected by that. And then it plays, as it rolls along, it opens the hole in the paper, opens this hole here, it sucks air in, which triggers a mechanism in piano that plays the key. And it's all powered by suction and was invented around 1890. So it's very old. And this piano itself was built around 1920 and was restored in 2015. So it was restored about 10 years ago, and it plays like new, sounds like new. It was completely rebuilt. And I just recently did some extra work on the action, and now it is pretty much brand new. So I got a number of other pretty good Christmas rolls to play for all of you. I gotta put these away as I play them because I have a lot and they get lost easily. As ridiculous as that sounds, it gets hard to keep track of them when you have around 2,000 of them. This roll, very, very rare one. It was made by underneath the, I think this is a jewel roll, but it could be Ideal, so that's the label it was made under. I had to put a new leader on it. It's a very hard to find arrangement, and it's the Parade of the Wooden Soldiers. This roll is probably from around 1912, I would guess. Maybe a little before then, like 1910. But it uses the bottom note in the beginning as part of a drum roll. I put my rolls in a closet and on a couple shelves and other things like that, and I have a couple as well. So they're well protected and they last quite a while if you take care of them right. You can usually find the piano rolls at antique stores and often online. eBay, they have tons of rolls on there. You can, unfortunately, the market for these is very, very small, and the prices are usually it's something very, very rare or desirable. People can even give the player pianos away. Most of them do not work when they are found and they need to be restored. And that's a lot of work, and that's something a lot of people these days don't want to put into something. And unfortunately, there's just not much interest in music as there used to be back when these were first made. So this roll is an original QRS copy of Jingle Bells. So this is exactly how they would have heard it back in the 1920s when this piano and this roller was made. So here we go, original Jingle Bells roll. Okay, yes, Merry Christmas to you too, Luke. This Christmas I did not get any new rolls. I have plenty of them already. Last year I got two though. My family got for me, which was very generous of them. Which I can play one of them now for you. How much does it cost for the piano and rolls? It depends. Sometimes you can get a fully working one for free. Other times they might want some money for it. The market is just kind of all over the place, so I can't really give you an accurate number there. So this roll is the Star Wars theme, and I think it also has a short arrangement of the Cantina. I think it's the Cantina Band, which actually never knew the name of that until not too long ago. So this was my Christmas gift last year. Christmas tune, but Christmas related since it was I can, in fact, play piano. Yes. Oh, crap. All right. Yes. All right. I'll play something for you. What could I do that I haven't done before? Here, I'll do probably one that I'm. Am I going to Amica this year? I'm planning on it. Yes, it's a fairly long drive, but yes, I am planning on going to the 2026 convention, which I've never gone to one before. I wanted to go to the one in Chicago, but I had other plans then. So, alright, this is the Maple Leaf Rag by Scotch Album. This was the first rag I ever learned. I haven't been practicing it much recently because I've been working on other pieces, but alright, see you there, Luke. Playing like that is a lot on the piano action. So, yeah, I think a jack came loose on that one. If I don't play it all the way, if I don't play it too hard, it's okay. I have to fix that. Lord, la la la, I don't know. Oh, I think I know what Lauren that is. Yes, hello, Lauren. Okay, I don't think I played Winter Wonderland. No. Yes, I did. What am I talking about? Yes, I did. Okay. Christmas Jingles. This is another, on the rare side of the spectrum of Christmas rolls. Because usually piano rolls like this they've been played to death by the time they are found by someone like me who actually knows how to take care of them. So, here we go. Christmas jingles. It's a kind of a medley of not Christmas songs, actually, most of them, but they have more of a they're kind of remixed to sound like Christmas songs. When you talk about switches, I assume you're talking about these levers here. This is a sustain, so it holds the notes when you're not holding the key. This softens the bass side, this softens the treble side, this controls how fast the roll goes, and this is play and rewind for the roll. So, basic explanation of the controls. They vary from piano to piano. This is a standard single valve player, so most of them are about the same, but other companies did sometimes pretty crazy stuff with the controls. It was completely unnecessary. This is like the bare bones, and I personally think this is probably the best because of just how simple it is. Let me. Now I gotta find another good Christmas roll. Some of them are kind of boring, and I don't want to play any of those. This should be a good one. This came from a set of, I think, 6 rolls, but I only have 3 of them. But they're practically brand new anyway, so even though they're 30 years old. This is We Wish You a Merry Christmas, We Three Kings of Orient Are, and O Holy Night. Oh man, I couldn't tell you. I play all of them. I love most of them. Finding a favorite in all of these, I couldn't really tell you because so many of them I like so much, and there's no like real fair way to judge them because, well, I don't know. Like they're all like different in their own ways, and all the music is also fantastic in its own way. You know, you can't really put a exact mark on which one is the best. I mean, as far as rarity goes, I have a couple like Shepherd's Hay from by that one is rare, and then I have some ragtime stuff from Great Britain that's also really rare, especially here in the United States. Um, but I'm not gonna play any of those because this is Christmas, and neither of those are real Christmas pieces. Let's do the first Noel. Oh man. The rolls, depending on length, can be large or small. If you want to know how fast I can play a roll, well, I can demonstrate that for you. Let's find another good Christmas roll. This looks like one. Of course, I don't like to play them at max speed because it gets annoying fast. Alright. You want to hear one at max speed? Alright, I'll play it for you. that fast, just for the beginning. So yeah, too fast. Oh, how big is the piano? It's about, I think it's 54 inches tall, probably 30 inches deep, and 70 or 80 inches wide. And it weighs about 800 pounds, maybe closer to 1,000. It's a very, very large instrument, but it also has a very large sound, which is what it's meant to have. So, you ask Rush E. Well, I do have an incomplete roll of that song that I am cutting, but I'm going to wait on playing it because it has a number of issues, some notes that don't play in the right spot and some that shouldn't play at all. And again, the song is barely half done. So I'm going to post more about that in the future. I'm just looking out for... I thought I had enough Christmas rolls to keep me going for a while. So I just gotta find another one now. Deck the Halls. Here we go. I hope this one... Okay. Well, that's not in the right box. We have the Little Drummer Boy Deck the Halls box. I mean, Christmas Rolls got of this era got mixed up a lot, so I'm not surprised. Not a bad roll, though. Can I play La? Do you mean La Campanella? Como La? La Campanella, and I don't have a roll of it. I can kind of play it by hand. Yeah, not something I play very often. Oh, no problem, friend. I am working on a lot of classical music, but not that, unfortunately. Not yet, at least. If you want something by Franz Liszt, yes. Apparently, you like stuff by Liszt. So, I'll take a break from the Christmas stuff for a second. I'll play this one, which is by Liszt. This is not a recording. This was arranged, but it's right from the sheet music that Liszt arranged for this piece. So, here we go. I am, of course, controlling the dynamics for this. So. So there's some Franz Liszt for you. For other roll collectors. There's the label and title. Yeah, I should post more classical music. Hardly any of it is seen these days. Well, at least on piano rolls. I know it's like mainstream on the internet, kind of, as far as music goes, but player pianos, nothing. Almost nothing. Let's see here. Let's do something little more upbeat. Or funsies, I guess, if you call it that. I posted this roll a long time ago on my channel. It's called There's a Cabin in the Pines. This was one of the first rolls I ever bought, actually. I'm pretty sure you can look up who first invented the piano. I don't know off the top, the player piano. I don't remember off the top of my head. I knew it at some point, I forgot, because I haven't been researching that much. I think you just search it up and find it relatively easily. What is the oldest roll that I have? I'm actually not entirely sure, because they did not, well, most of them did not have dates on them. The oldest dated one that I have is from 1913. And I don't have hardly any other ones that are dated besides that one. If you want a rough idea of what some of the oldest look like, I have this one. This is a 58 note. These are all these rolls I've been playing are 88 note, because whole 88 note piano. These are 58 note though, so they only play from low C to high C. And I, of course, cannot play it on this piano because it's a completely different format. And you can also see that the rolls, the holes, look completely different. So these are 6 to the inch with narrower paper, and those are 9 to the inch with much wider paper. And this roll, if you look carefully at the patent dates, you can see it says it goes to 1901, which is probably around when this roll was cut. So this roll is 125 years old, 126 actually, technically speaking, I guess. Probably 125. It was probably just a little bit after 1901 this roll was cut. I do have some that go back to the early 1890s, which are pretty rare, and they're actually in basically factory condition, like they're brand new, because they've hardly been used because the instruments they're played on were never restored, so they just sat somewhere and weren't played to death like a lot of rolls were. Let's see. I have another piece of classical music here. This is a Beethoven piece. The instrument that plays the 58 note rolls is called an Angelus, which was an early version of this piano, but instead of being inside the piano, it was actually outside, so it had little fingers that would play the keys. And I do have one that I'm going to restore. This is the Coriolanus Overture by Beethoven. Another very mysterious piece by Beethoven. Well, I do this so that, well, obviously, if I'm just playing this in my home, people aren't going to hear it potentially all over the world. So, and on the internet, you have that opportunity. So, and there's actually not very many people doing this kind of content, especially live streaming player pianos. So, I want to do that. So, bring this music, which sadly is of minority interest to the public, and hopefully keep it preserved for the next generation. So, we're going to do another piece of classical music. This time we're going to do two preludes by Chopin. We have, on this roll, we have two preludes. We have number 13 in F sharp, and in F sharp major, and number 20 in C minor. So the first one is pretty cheerful. The next one is quite sinister. You've probably heard it before. Chopin fans. Most people, when they think of a player piano, they think of something that kind of pounds out all the notes with the same velocity and sounds horrible, out of tune. Well, I know mine does need tuned. It's been about a year since I last tuned it, but musically I think it's in pretty good shape. And part of why I'm posting on here is so people can see that they are musically worth it and worth restoring. Because what I hear most of the time these days is that, you know, they're not timed right, and they're not musical, and we should just get rid of them and replace them with disclaviers and other things like that. So that's what I'm trying to disprove and get, and not have that as the not have that as what people think of first. This is a waltz by Moszkowski, Op 32, number 3. Excuse me, something's making noise over here. Of course it's this one. Smoke detector. Back to the music. favorites since I got it. Let's see. Other hobbies. Well, I restored these. I play piano. I cut rolls and play some chess. I do some astronomy, you know, looking at the stars and stuff like that. Occasionally work on computers. Kind of a broad set of interests, I guess. Alright, I'm just gonna play a few more. My legs are starting to get tired. So, this is a pretty epic roll. It uses the bottom note 3 times in the music. Not just a drum roll, like it's actually musical, which is pretty rare for any roll. I'm gonna do one final roll, and then I'm gonna enjoy the rest of Christmas Day. Not that I'm not enjoying this, but you get the idea. All right, what is gonna be our finale? I feel like it should be Christmas related. That would make the most sense. Do I have any more Christmas rolls though? Is the question. Feel like I should, but also, oh man. Come on. There's got to be one more. One more that's worth playing. One more entertaining one. You know what? This is going to be kind of quieter ending, but we are going to play Come All Ye Faithful. That's going to be our last one. This is a very small roll. I think it's 3 verses, but I do think it's appropriate. Christmas and, well, I guess this is just how we're gonna end the stream, because I'm getting tired, and this is the last Christmas roll I have that's entertaining enough to play on. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. Wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Again, thank you for watching, and I will try to post more. I have unfortunately not been posting very much, and that's something I'm working on, but it's also because I'm working on things to post on the channel. Another instrument, well, multiple instruments actually, and some very unique musical selections that I'm cutting into rolls. So, with that, we will close. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Goodbye.